Welcome back to the Weekenders, where we try, taste, and travel to give you the lowdown of what's going on this weekend.
Roll the intro.
Okay, so today's episode is going to be a pretty much geek showcase. And all things nerd, all things geek. This is Miguel.
This is Miguel.
And
we're the Weekenders.
We're the Weekenders.
We're gonna jump straight into it and talk about what you see all around us. So all of this stuff, minus the pictures, but all this stuff, most of this stuff is actually either handmade, repurposed, or recreated.
Just
right?
crafted.
Just
straight up crafted.
By Miguel. Not this Miguel, that Miguel.
To give you guys a background, Miguel and I, we actually met through what we do for a living, and that's design, install, structural engineer.
Is there even a name for that?
I don't know what it is. There should be a name, but I have no idea what it is. I'd go by visual engineer, but that's because I don't know what else to call it.
We're visual engineers.
Visual engineers.
So, all right, let's go through some of your. Let's start your favorite pieces. Okay. Your favorite pieces, and then we'll kind of work around the table.
So I guess we can start off with the Vader helmet.
Ooh.
So anybody who's versed in like Star Wars costumes and toys knows that the original Dawn Post helmet that was released when the original trilogy was actually first released wasn't really movie accurate, and I had that helmet since I was maybe 10 years old, so I had to go back and I had an itch to try and recreate what was actually something closer to the Ralph McQuarrie drawings. So what I ended up doing was looking through and mixing some of Ralph McQuarrie's original designs and just some other stuff that I spun off on my own.
That is insane.
So if you look at the helmet, I actually added more trim to the actual helmet, and that's in the Arabish basic text or font.
Arabish?
Yes.
Arabish?
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Somebody's gonna talk shit on the comments about it. But, so it pretty much just says he will not be redeemed until he merits, which is pretty much what they have written on his life support system on the original costume.
That you added like all these hinges, right?
None of this is included. None of the inside part of this, and I even made the whole light structure too. But
that's cool.
So I can't really tell right here, but
oh yeah, you can tell.
My whole original reasoning for doing this was because I wanted to make the helmet into 3 pieces like the original movie helmet. So you can actually see that it splits apart now in the same manner as the movie helmet. Now it's kind of bootsy, some parts are a little ghetto, but I mean, if you can see the pictures how it started, it's definitely.
You can actually see through it.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
It's pretty tight. You can wear it, but as soon as you put it on, here let me put that part on at least. The lights actually turn on.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it pressure sensitive?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, the LEDs are set up by pressure. So actually, if you move your head inside the helmet when you have it on, it'll continuously turn on and off.
That's cool.
So the other cool part about the helmet is I didn't like the way it sat on top of it, so I ended up creating a magnetic effect so that when you put the helmet like slightly at an angle, it will correct itself.
That's so cool.
So it'll pretty much sit in place every single time.
Not bad. All right, let's talk about this dude right here.
I didn't really get into sculpting or crafting or anything until later on, until we started working at the company we met at. But I always wanted to try sculpting, except I never liked the proposition of how messy clay is. So I figured, why not try something different? And I always was interested in the look of paper mache, just, you know, like through Mexican culture, how they use a lot of paper mache to get like a cool wrinkling effect on stuff. I tried to build something out of masking tape, and it resembled paper mache a little too much, and it was like just prepared paper mache.
And a lot of these are actually made the same way, right?
Yeah.
You got this guy right here.
These 3, and actually the pieces inside these are actually made with masking tape as well. And what ended up happening with these is they don't photograph very well. It's kind of something you have to see in person to really get the full effect. You can probably we'll probably get like a nice shot of it. But what I ended up doing was taking them out of the box, and that's where I ended up doing these. And
which just have like foam stands, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go back here very quick.
Okay, so this was a whole story behind this guy. Because where we started working, our boss actually had the original Yoda prop. A replica of the original Yoda. And he did not maintain it. He didn't get a case for it. He just pretty much left it out to just rot. So when I got it, he was actually missing an ear. He was all crusty. He looked like a bummy version of Yoda. He had like black widows growing inside of him. It was a mess.
But is this the original?
The cloak is all original. The stick is his staff, not his stick.
His tree.
Yeah. The hands were almost completely deteriorated, so I actually had to go through and I bought the licensed gloves for the costume, and I had to trim them, and I had to restructure them to be the right size.
Right.
Yeah, you can see on some of the seams, because obviously I'm not a professional, you know, what is it, replica, restoration guy, right? Coming back.
You can tell you did some work in the eyes, right?
Yeah, the eyes are actually ping pong balls. They're actually ping pong balls, and I hollowed out a circle, I hollowed out the pupil, and then for the iris, I actually sewed in thread to make it look more like an iris. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever sell this guy, but I mean, if somebody wants to make a nice offer.
For the right price.
Yeah, it's obviously not the same anymore. It's not worth what it used to be, because the guy just let it, you know, go to hell, so. But I mean, it's worth my effort at this point, so. You see, like, I have like the Dark Nihilus, and then I have like the rib cage. Did a little homage to Red Dragon and stuff. A lot of little geek Easter eggs everywhere.
Geek.
Yeah, geek Easter eggs.
But anyway, so that's a little bit of an insight into Miguel's world, into Miguel's closet. All this is packed into a closet, and this is only a part of what he has.
Yeah.
So we definitely wanted to highlight his skill and his artistic ability.
Shoot, and like I said, I'm not willing to part with some of these, but if somebody makes a good offer, my wife would love it if you could take these off my hands. So.
But, here we go now. Batman scoop on the mic, mixing the mix on the wheels of steel. This is what I was fucking born to do. Let's go.
stuff that you've crafted.
Yeah,
that'd be cool to
That'd be
see.
cool to
Maybe we
see.
can post some of that stuff.
That's right. We'll be doing little segments like this here and there, kind of highlighting different things that either of us like to do. Again, weekend projects. This is this is cool.
Yeah, get crafty, get crafty.
So we'll see you guys next time on
Have a
the
good weekend.
Weekenders. Oh, that's a good one.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.